it's an area, and I'm trying stuff out because I've lived years in my life. I've lived the past 7 years thinking of what I would do when I'm in the future. And as I'm getting older, I think that future is not so fucking close. Like, how I lived like all my teenage years from the age of not even 17, from 13 to 22, which I am right now. Just imagining how life would be when I'm skinny, when I'm prettier, when I'm more symmetrical, when your skin's better, when your nose is better, when your teeth are better, or whatever. And it hasn't changed. How would it? How would it change? What do you expect? To get braces? You did get braces, but they're still this way. You're working on your skin and it's still this way. You're trying to get skinner, but you'll never be skinny enough for you, are you? And you've lost years in your life. And that's sad. Like, I don't think I've lived from the age of 14 to 22. Like, all my memories of that age has just been maladaptive daydreaming and how I imagine my life would be in the future. And when I am older, I will probably look back at how things were, how I'll tell others how, cool I was, and I won't have lived a day in my life. And as they say, you only live once. I don't think I would be able to say that. And I don't think that's true. You die once, you live every day in your life. And I'm not doing that. So, let's try to not die a loser, but to live a loser. The second point I wrote that I want to talk about is judgments. For the past, I don't know how many years, from the age of 13 or even younger, when I was younger, I used to judge people on their academic validation. Then I got older and then I started judging people on their appearance. And now I'm judging people on how they judge people. Like, I don't think what do you not think? I think the pathway to a better life, a better esteem, to actually live your life, is to let go of these judgments. You judge yourself the way you judge others, and you need to know that, right? Like, fuck, it's so awkward saying this shit, but I don't know. I suddenly got very aware of my face, but yeah, I judge others so harshly. I judge others uh, for try to be something, to achieve something. I look at others trying, and don't see them in a very good light. I'm grateful. I'm like, I want the best for them, but that's embarrassing to put yourself out there and have a chance of not achieving that. To try and to fail, that's embarrassing. I look at other people posting content and I'm like, good for you. I hope you achieve a lot, or probably not. Do I hope that? I look at them as having desires to achieve success, and that's embarrassing because right now you don't have that, and that's embarrassing to try. And I'm very aware that I shouldn't be doing that, right? Because that's a not very good thing to do, but I am. I think uh, I was very fat in my teenage years, and I've lost my teenage years in obesity, and I'm always going to be insecure. I'll always have that urge to show up to the people that, you know what, I'm cool now, I'm not obese. But to lose your ears that way, like, others are looking at you as obese, that's fine, that's on them. They're losing lives judging others, and they'll not achieve a lot of things because they're so harsh on themselves that they limit themselves. But you doing that on yourself, that's terrible, right? um I wish I had more experience as a teenager. I wish I could have more things to say about how it feels to be 17, 18, right? And I don't. I lost them in competitive exams, which is fair. Like, you should be studying, but it didn't do very good in them either, did I? I lost them procrastinating. Like, how I'll study tomorrow. How I'll achieve things if I start studying tomorrow. But did I? Did it? Did tomorrow ever come? No, it didn't. I probably would have achieved a lot. I would have achievements under my name if I did. But I didn't. I just have aspirations to my name. I am an ambitious person with nothing to show for it. And that's bad. I mean, I'm mediocre at a lot of things. I can swim a lot. Fast? No. It takes me 1 minute to swim freestyle 50 meters and also backstroke 50 meters. I can swim 50 meters of butterfly with terrible form, terrible technique, very inefficient, but I can swim that, and that's good. Breaststroke I can do pretty well. Like, I've been putting a lot of efforts into the kick. The sir has been kind to me. He has been telling me how bad it is and telling me how to change that, and I have been changing that to show him that I care. And that's good. You're putting in efforts into something. I'm 22 and I so want to achieve anything, like district competition winner. I want to be a participant in those things before I'm, juvenile. What do you call an old person? Something geriatric. Before I'm geriatric. So do that. That's not a very big thing to achieve. I'm not aspiring for the Oscars. That's wrong. You still said it. The Olympics. I mean, I daydream about it, like how I will be one day, but that's not realistic, is it? Anything is fine, dude. Just try harder. You said that you would be in a competitive scale right now, but you're not. You've been swimming for years, and till yet you haven't achieved anything. So you still have time. You're not very old. Like, sometimes I feel so. A child called me auntie, which was, fuck that kid, bro. Fuck that. That motivated me to be skinny, because when you're so skinny, you're like basically bones. Nobody calls you auntie. Like, at least that's a good point. There's a lot of positives to being skinny, and I still want to be that. But at least I'm not obese. Again with the judgments. Even if you were obese, that wouldn't be a terrible thing. And Hariyai, fuck off, yaar. Oh, be better. So again, I know I shouldn't be this mental, but I still am. And I try not to be. I look at people with empathy. I see them trying, but somewhere something within me does think of them as cool or uncool, think of them as trying or not trying, as successful or a loser. Like, loser seems so cool when people put them in their posts as memes and whatnot. But realistically, when you see people as trying without much achievements, you don't see them in a very good light now, do you? That's something that you should change, and that's tough to change because you were born this way. Everybody around you judges people so openly, so proudly. Like, we have achieved so much. I mean, I come from a successful family, people who did have academic excellence under their belt, but it still is terrible thing to do, right? You're building children with terrible esteems who will never be happy unless they go to therapy and change that mindset. But good thing you've earned enough for that, so at least that's a plus point of being academically good. Now you should aspire to be that and judge others who don't do very good academically. And what's the last point I wrote? To be in touch with yourself. Touch yourself. That's not a good joke, fuck. Why am I forcing myself to talk about shit? I had so much under my belt, but I got awkward. So that's it, bye.